Yes, boys, welcome back on the channel. Today's video, again, big shout out to Legends of Boxing in Color. He just uploaded a video, Moore versus Johnson. Check out that banger, bro. The video link is going to be in the comments and also in the bio. Today's video, without much talking, Robinson versus Maxim. So, thing is, yeah, Robinson got a heat shock. He got a heat shock straight up, bro. Like, the degrees, the temperature in this fight is, bro, that shit is straight torture, bro. Like, if you're in the shoes of Robinson, I don't even know how in the fuck these guys are fighting. Bro, the temperature, without much talking, let's just jump right into the video. Bow! Robinson starts the fight with a really high pace. He's trying to land the hook off of a feint. Of course, the all-time great Robinson doesn't just mindlessly feint, but he prepares the feint. Therefore, he makes it way more effective by shooting a jab to the body first, and then moments later, pay attention to how he feints going low to the body, but then he actually comes upstairs with a hook. He lands the hook. It doesn't land flush on the chin, but he lands it. Great setup by Ray Robinson. How to land the hook featuring Ray Robinson. He also tries to chain it up with a backhand. And oh my days, there is a... Bro, Ray, that push hook backhand by Robinson is no joke, bro. Look at this shit. Bro, that's a violation. Do you see that? My days, bro. Flipping hell. As you can tell, Robinson likes to manipulate the guard by shooting a hook and then shooting a backhand down the pipe. So it's just a 3-2, very effective combination. Everyone that knows boxing knows about that combination. And Robinson prepared it by feinting low first. Now, Robinson is shooting that jab to the body again. Previous to this as well, he's shooting it multiple times. Why would he do that? Well, just so he can feint it and then come to the head. So in this first round, Robinson already showed you two ways to utilize on the feint to the body. So he does it with a lead hook and with a right overhand. Yeah, that's just great stuff by Robinson. Off to the next good detail. Actually, before I go off to the next good detail, you can... If you box, now that's... I need to put a heavy emphasis on how that's a really good, if you want to win the fight, it's a really good idea to utilize jabs and feints to the body and rewatch the video. Get a deeper understanding. Copy this. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. There is no such thing as modern day dominance. Modern day boxers are better than old school boxers. That is bullshit. Look at what the best boxers on the... What's Terence Crawford doing? That's exactly what he's doing. The best boxers on the planet do exactly that. So just rewatch the video, get a deeper understanding of what Ray Robinson does here, and prepare your offense with jabs to the body and feints to the body, just like Ray Robinson. And now enough with the talking, off to the next good detail. Off of a jab, Robinson weaves his head to the inside of Maxim's chest. That's great head positioning. Off of this position, he is landing uppercuts. And with your head all the way in there on your opponent's chest like that, or behind the shoulder like Robinson does there, it's hard to hit. He also tries to place a hook around the bend. Yeah, he doesn't land it, but, you know, that's a good try. Good head placement by Sugar Ray Robinson. I also want to keep speaking about Ray Robinson's jab. So look at how he jabs to the body and then pivots out. So what is he doing there? The jab lands when the foot lands. So the lead foot steps up and over, and the jab lands the same time the foot lands on the floor. That's footwork, baby. There you see it again. And then the rear foot just follows out, bro. It just pivots out. So he's pivoting after jabbing to the body. So this is the first time I'm watching this fight, but I can already recognize Ray Robinson is trying to set up his overhand right. He slips to the outside of the opponent's jab and shoots a hook to the body. In this next clip, you can see Ray Robinson tries to feint low and shoot a gazelle hook off of the feint, but he actually sees Maxim trying to throw a counter hook, so he decides to bend at the waist. Essentially, Robinson doesn't commit to his offense, but actually rather defends here. As in this next clip, you can see Robinson really tries to place that gazelle hook though. He just tries it again, back to back. There it is. I also want to put a big emphasis on how he throws his jab to the body. Look at it. He throws the jab to the body and then he pivots out. Is there a more complete fighter than Evander Holyfield? Yes, there is. Right here. He's ducking at the waist after catching a jab. Then he weaves his head to the inside of Maxim's chest. Now you're asking me, what is he doing there? He's using his head to blind the uppercut. Maxim, the only reason he didn't land the uppercut is because the punch fell short. He uses his head on Maxim's chest to shoot an uppercut off of his head. Essentially, on the inside, Robinson is using his head to hide his hands. Off to defense, Robinson really likes to duck and smother off of catching a jab. Why? It's really good against headshots. You see Maxim tries to throw a hook after the jab. And with the smothering in, like if you're ducking and smothering in, you're on the inside of the hook. So if anything, he's going to hit you with his forearm on the inside of his elbow bone. So you're on the inside of the hook. So if you're catching a jab and then you smother in, that's good defense against all sorts of headshots. You see, Robinson is so elite. He's reaching with his hand, but he still knows his hand is out of position, but I can still bend at the waist to avoid the hook. So yeah, Robinson reached out with his backhand to catch the jab. Then he realizes that Maxim is not throwing the jab, so he instantly decides to bend at the waist. And it pays off so well. Just he completely avoids the punch. Robinson really utilizes on this a lot, bro. So he's throwing this as a counter or just as simple offense. So he's using his jab with a step and a pivot. And right after it, you could see him parrying and then bending at the waist right after. So he's doing the same things. That's because he's drilling them in training. He drilled them in training, and that's why he's using it so much. Drillers make killers, man, straight up. So muscle, it's all about muscle memory. But this next clip, bro, he's parrying Maxim's jab, shoots a counter jab to the body. Now he's rolling with his hook, shoots a big counter hook to the head. Look at his backhand. Look at the right glove. Parries the jab, shoots a counter jab to the body, steps back. He has his rear glove in place to roll with the opponent's hook. While he's rolling, he's incorporating body mechanics to load up on a strong hook, and he shoots a counter hook to the head. Now that is a violation, bro. That's a violation, bro. Pay attention to his lead elbow. Look at how low Maxim's elbow is already. You see that? He slips and he shoots a hook to the body. So now, as I said, I haven't seen the fight, but now would be a good time to slip to the outside and start throwing the overhand right. In case you missed what I'm saying, look at Maxim's lead elbow. Look at that. Look at that lead elbow. Look at how low he's carrying it. That's because he's used to Robinson throwing the hook to the body. He's not trying to get hit by it. So that's what I'm saying. Good time to throw the overhand now. Take your textbook out. Robinson slips to the inside, shoots an up jab with his lead hand low. It's very hidden. Maxim doesn't really see the punch. And now off of the up jab, he's instantly shooting a jab to the body, steps with the jab and then pivots out. The jab is the best punch in boxing. This combination contains of two jabs, the two best jabs in my book. So that might be the best combination in boxing. Robinson is really successful at landing the jab to the body, and he's so good at. So he's not just slipping it and shoots it to the body, but he's also taking his rear glove and diverts Maxim's jabs. So he's parrying the jab. See, I know I keep pointing this out. It's because you should understand how good this works for Robinson. See how he throws a jab and then he doubles it up. He steps with the jab, and then he pivots out. So it's a step. He steps up with both feet with a first jab. Then he steps up and over with the jab to the body. And then the rear foot pivots out. So it's 2 steps forward, 1 step diagonal with the lead foot, and then the rear foot pivots out. Right? Ooh, nice try with the overhand. That's the overhand I was talking about. Wait, let me go back to that. Know my boxing, bro. I say it with chess. So he's using the jab to trigger Maxim's jab. So it's just he triggers the counter there. And there is the overhand I'm speaking about. Nice shot, bro. He lands that so flush as well on the temple. That's exactly where you want to land it. Of course, it's way better to land on the chin. It's just landing it on the temple is perfectly fine. That's a great shot by Robinson. Now, do you remember when I first said he's using that rear hook to the body off of a slip to lower the guard? That's exactly how he lands his overhand. That's how he prepares it. In this next clip, Robinson lands a beautiful up jab off of a jab to the body. So he shoots to the body and then he just raises it up. It touches him right on the chin. Brilliant shot. Beautiful shot. People don't believe me. Oh, nice defense. I was about to say something about the jab. It's just the best punch in boxing. Let's just go back to defense. See how Robinson doesn't just bend at the waist. He bends at the waist and steps in. That's a smother, baby. So he smothers in after shooting a jab. Smothering works against pretty much all sorts of headshots. But it really works best against jabs and right hands because you're right in there. It's a real nice, sharp defense against backhands and jabs. And it works against the hook because you step in with it, right? So you either dive below the hook. That's the way you can avoid it. And you can step in. That's a good detail here. If you want to avoid the opponent's hook, you can just cut distance. And his fist ain't going to hit you anymore. You're going to be on the inside of the hook. There is some great counters to the hook by slipping to the inside, but let's just go back to this fight. Ooh, nice hook there. And have you seen that detail? He jabbed to the body, steps and pivots. But back to the next good detail, and literally just adding on to what I said about bending at the waist. So there is an example coming up right here. Ray Robinson is avoiding his opponent's hook by just diving under it. So he bends at the waist to avoid the hook, and this is what I'm saying. So you bend at the waist and stepping in. There it is. Let me put that in slow motion. It's just Robinson has a really deep understanding that if he's shooting, his defensive responsibility should include ducking and bending at the waist. Both fighters understand that, not just Robinson. And that counter hook, though. Oh my god. Now, if you look at Maxim, we're just speaking about bending at the waist and ducking, right? You see him reaching. And then he's getting caught reaching and he instantly bends at the waist. So he can't get trapped by the feint hook. And now Robinson has that beautiful setup by just shoulder. Like he is feinting a jab. Instantly loads up on a hook and then he shoots a jab. He would have caught Maxim reaching there if Maxim's muscle memory for the defense wasn't that good. And that was a beautiful up jab off of the jab to the body. He's mixing it up now. Now he's not shooting a jab to the head and then to the body. He's shooting it to the body and then to the head. Ooh, there it is again. There it is again. That beautiful hook by Ray Robinson. He's sitting weight into his lead hip flexor. And then he's pulling his waist. He's turning his waist clockwise, violently. And he's pulling his rear shoulder back viciously, bro. I want to go over how Sugar Ray Robinson is setting up his combination. He's actually setting up a lead hook to the head, lead liver shot combination. And he goes off of shooting many shots to the body to enable another headshot. So now he's feinting a jab. He's pushing off his back foot to throw a gazelle hook. And then he ducks, bends at the waist over his lead leg as defensive responsibility and shoots a liver shot off of it. That lands. Now he instantly goes to work. Rear hook to the body, lead hook to the body. And then he shoots a big hook to the head off of it. So Robinson just literally showed you fundamental skill there. And there it is again, that post-punch defense by just bending at the waist and ducking. It's not just him ducking over the rear leg all the time. He's also doing it over the lead leg. It's just bending at the waist. In the classic fundamental way of boxing is usually performed over the rear leg. And you can do so many things off. You can do it over the lead leg. Let me not even talk too much and go over the next detail. That jab to the body while stepping with the lead foot and then pivoting with the rear foot, bro. I can't stress out enough how much that carries Sugar Ray Robinson this fight. Now, he's not only landing the shot, he's not only taking something out of Maxim's gas tank every time he lands the shot, he's setting up other punches. Now, that's the sweet science. If you land a jab, that does so much for you. There's going to be a detail coming up here. So Sugar Ray Robinson is about to use a feint to trigger Maxim's jab, and then he shoots a counter jab back. That's what I'm talking about. So if you land your jab, it does so much for you. It does so because it's not only landing and hitting the opponent, it is not only taking something out of him. You can now utilize on feints, and you can mix up speed and rhythm. You can utilize feints. You can shoot other shots off of your jab. You can use the jab to create openings. You can use the jab to understand how your opponent reacts to it and then counter the counter. Landing the jab is so good for you. It's really... Now I'm going to give you an example. Look at Maxim's rear glove. Do you see how much out of place it is when Sugar Ray Robinson throws that jab to the body? There you can see that Robinson is using that. He understands that Maxim's reaching for his jab to the body. So what does he do? He's shooting a jab to the body to make Maxim reach, and then he shoots a jab to the head that lands. Do you see that? Do you see that? He also tries to shoot the hook. He tries to shoot the hook here. Do you see that? He tries to shoot the hook off of the feint to the body, which is brilliant. That's a nasty shot if you can land it. And he tried it in the beginning of the fight. But right now, I promise you, bro, this circumstance is crazy to me, bro. After doing a little bit of research, I found out that it's apparently 105 degrees Fahrenheit, bro. Are you mental, bro? How is he even fighting? He's not just fighting. He is absolutely moving, bro. He is moving. That guy is a demon, bro. That guy's movement is so clean. And now back to just Robinson's defense. You can see that if he throws a jab to the body, sometimes he also just bounces back and then uses lateral movement to circle his opponent, which, that doesn't really play towards him. That doesn't really play in his favor with this. circumstances. That beautiful hook off of the jab that Robinson is about to land here. So he's using the jab to put Maxim's glove to the front of his face, and then he shoots a hook off of it and instantly pivots off of the hook. Gazelle hook. But, oh my days, that's a great shot. Robinson is really teaching you a lot, bro. If you coach or box yourself, make sure that you watch this fight over and over again and you just develop a deeper understanding of the things that happen there. All these things can be done shadow boxing or on the bag or even partner drills. But now let me go over something Robinson does here. So he's shooting a jab to the body and a jab to the head. And then he's using the same thing again. He's using a jab to the body and a jab to the head that lands flush. But now look at what Robinson does. He is changing up the rhythm. Now he's feinting it to the body. He's feinting it to the body and then instantly shoots it to the head. So feint shoot. So that is changing up the rhythm. That's timing. And now this is the part of the fight that I can definitely see Robinson being a whole nother fighter. It's not the Sugar Ray Robinson that I study and watch so much. And it's also very hard to watch for me. But without much talking, I'm just going to skip a whole lot of holding on and just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just really hard to watch for me, man. It's not easy to watch, so I'm just going to skip most of it. Robinson is really doing some good things though, which is crazy to me. So he is doubling up on a nice jab to the body here, and then he pivots out off of the second jab to the body. Robinson tries to tie Maxim's jab, slips it, and then shoots a big overhand over Maxim's jab. In this clip, he's feinting a jab to the body, and then he's shooting a big overhand off of the feint to the body. He's using defensive responsibility by ducking over the lead leg and tries to pivot out. It's just that these circumstances, the heat and the temperature, he's just physically not able to move well anymore. And no, it's not a mental decision at all. His body is absolutely finished. The regular human would have been gone long by now. The only reason this fight continues is, man, this is so hard to watch. And the reason he fell there ain't his balance. It's just, he's not losing balance. He's losing control over his body. He is so dehydrated. His body, I'm absolutely baffled that he's even standing. How is he bouncing? Now, we're going towards the end of the video, and I'm pretty happy because it's kind of like Jake LaMotta getting beat up by Robinson. Robinson is just, look at the man. What a warrior. What an absolute warrior. Man, this is hard to watch. What a fighter, man. You gotta give this guy credit. Now, of course, the fight is getting stopped, and that has nothing to do with Robinson's mentality. I'm trying to do an analysis, a study on this fight, Moore versus Johnson. You can find this banger of a remastered classic on the channel of Stats and Facts. No, actually, you can soon find it on that channel too, but you can find it on Legends of Boxing in Color. So go check it out. The link is going to be in the comments. And as always, man, that's the end of the video. Keep your head up, bro. Take care.